This is 24 Inside.
Brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands. And this is about 24, episode 1 to 2 a.m. How about that ending, guys? We saw a different side of Chloe, didn't we? That was good. I mean, between Chloe killing a terrorist and using her fabulous computer skills, kind of an inept president. He needs to be helped. And who's he going to be helped but our favorite ex-president? So that's going to be really fun to watch. All right, now, usually when I do this show, I always say, you know, we've got a good guest for you, the fan. But I got to be honest, today it's all about me and my needs. Because we have what I think is probably the biggest new hunk at CTU this season. And not Edgar the computer guy. You might have thought that who it is. No, I'm very excited to talk to a guy who's gone from being sort of a company man to hot dude in the field. He's Agent Curtis Manning. Please welcome Roger Cross.
Hey.
Yeah. You've been able to do a great arc so far this season.
It's been pretty good. I can't complain.
Yeah. Now, I got to say, first off, you know, you seem younger in person than you do on the show. You have a gravitas in the show.
That's what people always say when they see me and stuff, but I guess that's part of the performance, right? Bringing in.
Yeah, it just shows, you know, your great range. All right, well, you know, we have, you know, the audience here and also the internet audience. They have a lot of questions for you. First, I want to start off an email question from Eric from New York. He says, I think you're one of the stronger new characters this season. How does it feel to be able to stand next to the likes of Tony and Michelle and not be eked out?
Not be eked out. That's interesting. You know, it's what I do. It's my job. I get out there and bring what I have to the table, and, you know, they wouldn't enjoy it if I was eked out by Tony or Michelle, would you?
No.
Nah, you got to be strong.
Well, you know, because it started off looking like you're just going to be, that Curtis was kind of just like Aaron's side guy.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I don't know if you guys sense this, was there a little tension between Curtis and Aaron? Like maybe there had been a little back office fun play?
Oh, I'll tell you, there was tension between Aaron and everybody.
But not that it almost seemed like there was going to be something romantic between you guys. Was that ever talked about?
No. That was never talked about.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Because I kind of heard a rumor through producer-director circles that they considered that as a storyline.
You know what was funny? Okay, I'll say John did say that one time.
Yeah.
One of our producers did say that. He goes, it'd be kind of interesting. I'm like, I love her, but, you know, me and Alberta.
Well, just because that whole, you know, smoldering character that she had to see that another side to her. Of course, we saw that with the daughter. But I can see now that I might have to use interrogation tactics to get the truth from you. Is that what's going to happen here, Roger?
Yeah. You know, remember, I'm an expert.
I know. That's what another great thing here. Okay, email question from Ms. M from the 24 Forum. She says you've done an amazing job giving Curtis a wide range of responses to the scenarios, covering himself by hiding evidence, his relationship with Marianne. Ooh, I love when she died. Being sympathetic to Beirut. So do you see Curtis as heroic? Is that how you go in to play him?
Yeah, I think he is. He's a heroic character. He's not a goody two-shoe, and he's not, you know, oh, no, I always have to tell the truth. I mean, let's face it, it's the world of espionage. It's counterterrorism, all that. You can't be the nicest guy. But he's heroic in that, you know, yes, he tortured a few children, but they were bad.
And they were terrorists.
And we find this out.
But I think he is interesting in that you've seen him change his opinions about some things.
Definitely. Which
makes him a lot more interesting. Okay, the audience, Louise Garner. Where's Louise? Hi, Louise. Thanks for being here. Okay, she's got a question for you. This is a good one. Most of the scenes in this episode take place at night. Now, is most of the filming done at night, or is it just simulated to look that way?
No, all the exteriors we do at night, and the interiors, we do sometimes what they call split shifts. Like part of the day, we'll start off in the day and do the day work inside the studio. And then we'll go outside for the night stuff. But the last few weeks has been all nights. And
isn't that tough for you?
Oh, it's real tough. I mean, going home at 7 in the morning and stuff, you know,
now,
when everyone's going to work.
And especially since, I got to tell you guys, when I first met Roger, I said, I hope you don't mind a pregnant woman flirting with you. And he said, well, that's fine, I already have that. Ends up, his girlfriend and I have practically the same due date. So I really admire that. You know, you've got, you know, probably a hormonal woman at home. And then, because I'm just saying, I might not have been a princess myself lately, that, you know, and you're working those kind of hours, is it hard to learn all the lines and focus on everything?
No, she's great. She's great. I mean, I guess I have to put up with some hormonal things.
You ate cottage cheese? Yeah, right.
Oh,
but it's all worth it,
she's
right?
into raspberries right now.
Right?
She's into raspberries.
I was really into strawberries.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe it's a, I don't know, vitamin C thing. Okay, we got an email from Leslie in New Orleans. In the beginning, Curtis was resistant to Tony in his role in CTU, but now he's a lot nicer to Tony. It's kind of the changes we were talking about. What do you envision was the reason for your character's change of heart?
They wrote it that way. No, I'm kidding.
Now, Roger.
No,
I'm sure you have a little backstory going on.
No, what we decided with Kurt, as I said, he's a straightforward guy, but he's also a guy that, you know, he's like, okay, my duty is to the country and to stopping terrorism, and I can have a personal difference with this guy, but you know what? I have to put it aside and deal with this crisis. After this crisis is over, then I might take him on.
Right.
Then we'll talk.
But then he probably respects, he sees his abilities, too.
Yeah. You know, he respects his abilities and say, okay, we need this guy right now. Let's use him while we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Elena Cook? Elena, thank you for being here, Elena. It's a cute question. Why do the actors speak so fast?
Because time is of the essence. Time is of the essence.
That's right.
We're trying to save the world. And we can't, if we're going to a nice, leisurely talk like this.
I don't know. Should we torture that man?
Should we?
Well, that's kind of how the new president's acting.
That's true, but he's Mr. Cool, though, you know.
No. The lame-o president.
Oh, the lame? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
The one I kind of want to bitch slap.
Oh, him. Yeah. But that guy's just, I mean.
Let's get Dennis Hassert back in here, man.
Dennis is the dude. No, this guy, yeah, he needs some help. I love that look, though, that he had when they told me. It was just like, I loved it. It was great.
No, I don't know who that actor is, but he's very good
He is very
at it.
good.
Because, I mean, I also have to say, you know, I'm sure if we can say, oh, is he being so stupid, but a lot of people suddenly thrust into that kind of position of power in a crisis might go, yeah. Not so sure what to do. All right, email question from Brittany Moreno. Have you ever watched any of the previous seasons of 24? And if so, what's your favorite episode or season? Were you a fan beforehand?
You know, I was. I enjoyed the show. I watched it the first season. I really loved. I think that was my favorite season before this one.
Well, I got to say this is a good one.
All right. Favorite episode? That's a tough one. My favorite episodes right now, well, actually, was the rescue. I don't know, so jazzed about that rescue when they rescued President Heller.
That was
and with the helicopters.
Yeah, with the Marines and
if you guys were ever there, I mean, these great Cobra helicopters are up there, and these military guys are coming down and doing their whole thing, and it was just like, wow, you know.
Yeah, I was impressed that they really were Marines.
They really were Marines. These are the real guys, and that's helped it look good.
Now, of course, one of my favorite episodes this season was the one where you get captured in the building where the sort of the evil, the Enron company or whatever it was, yeah. And that's when I think was a real turning point for your character, because that's when we started, I was like going, Black James Bond? I was like, hey, isn't Pierce Brosnan leaving? I mean, it was a very, because Curtis had been almost like the office guy.
Yeah.
Was that fun for you to break out like that?
It was so much fun for me, and I love doing it. And they've also now said, oh, we want to get you doing more of that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I've told you from day one, I'd be open to do any of that stuff. And so that was so much fun. We had a great coordinator, and they let me do it. I mean, some of the stuff like the elbows, I'm like, I'd rather do sharper, crisper moves, and they worked with it. And
neat. Had you known stage combat or martial arts?
I used to do some martial arts, and I used to wrestle when I was younger, and do Hapkido. And
where did you grow up?
I was born in Jamaica.
Oh,
so I was 11 and moved to Vancouver. Then moved to LA 7 years ago initially, and then moved back 2 years ago.
Oh, fantastic!
So yeah.
So then, when you're doing those kind of scenes, does that take a long time to choreograph those kind of combat?
You know, we actually, what it is, it depends who you're working with. Mm-hmm. We had a really great group to work with, like those 3 guys that I took out.
Yeah.
They were really good stunt people, and so if you said, okay, I want to throw a kick right here, they'd be right there to take it. So we rehearsed that honestly less than an hour.
Yeah.
We rehearsed that less than an hour before the thing. They thought we'd shoot it later. We're like, no, we're ready to go.
Great.
And John was like, okay, let's go shoot it. And so we went up and shot it.
Yeah, well, you got the momentum and everything.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. In the audience, Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Okay, as Curtis, Oh, I love this question. Okay, not as you. Okay, not as Roger, but just get into your actor mode. Curtis. Okay, as Curtis, what other character would you most want to hook up with?
See, this is dangerous territory.
You're just thinking, as Curtis.
As Curtis.
Yeah, what do you think he would have an affinity for?
He'd want to take Tony's woman.
That's what I was thinking.
He'd go get Reiko. He'd go get Reiko.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah. Good one, Ashley. All right, email question from Isabel, and your kind of former homeland, Quebec. All right, I'm Canadian. What do you think about 24's use of African-American characters? It's rare to see shows where they are portrayed in such important and respected roles. There's yours, there was the former president.
Yeah. I think it's terrific. I mean, hey, there's a lot of, black African-Americans that are from the hood.
Yeah.
And they're all like, yo, what's up? But that's not all of us.
Right.
And it doesn't encompass it. So it's great to show the difference. Because, as you said, most television, they like to go with the stereotypes. And, some people might go, oh, yeah. I heard someone say this to me once, say it when we were out somewhere. Oh, yeah, 24 are the whitest black people on there. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm serious. I'm like, what exactly makes them white? And they're like, well, you know what I mean? I go, no, tell me what they meant.
Yeah.
He goes, well, they're also proper. And I go, so if I'm
Educated?
proper, that
Yeah.
means I'm not. Like, I mean, seriously, you tell me what it means to be African-American.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, I know, I'd love to see the president go, yo, vote for me, all right?
Yeah.
I'm on tour. Hey, what up? Come on, West Side? No. I'd love to see it. Vote for me.
Chris Rock movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, Chris Rock movie did it, but let's face it, if Chris Rock's on the ballot, I don't see too many people out here voting for Chris.
Well, I think one of the things about having the black president sort of set that tone for 24, that feeling almost like it's a little bit in the future, like
Yeah.
it's a little bit in the future where we won't delineate between race.
It's true,
as
and
much.
that's the hope.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I mean, for a world where people can just like, no, I like you if I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you.
Right. It's
nothing to do with race.
It's
creed,
inconsequential to how the characters develop with each
color.
other.
Yeah, it's kind of like if someone's how do you say jerk? You can say there's a jerk.
Yeah.
Or someone's a nice guy. You can say they're a nice
I mean,
guy.
maybe next season 24, they're going to have a Middle Eastern president. They'll be the
Who knows?
they'll be the good guys. Although I got to say, the African American women have been kind of evil on the
They
show.
have been. I noticed that. I noticed that theme a little bit, but
Yeah,
you
and
know
they're
what?
good bad people.
I know, but as Aisha put it, she goes, yeah, but how boring would it be if I was just playing some boring office girl?
Right, I'm sure it's fun to play.
So she's like, it's more fun to play.
Yeah, speaking of which, what do you think Curtis's backstory with her was? Did you have an idea? Because obviously they'd had, I think, an affair or a
Yes.
relationship, but either he was hurt by her or betrayed by her in the past. So,
He was hurt by her. He actually genuinely cared for this woman. And I mean, they took a bit of it out about, even when she gets killed, it kind of affected him a little bit. But he genuinely cared about this woman, and they had this relationship. And he got heartbroken, but but he was also angry because she tried to use him to get ahead in her career.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, no, that's not going to happen.
he's a straight shooter guy.
And all that. So
Well, you got a lot of Canadian fans here. Email from Adam from Calgary. This year we've been subject to a vast amount of torture, a lot of it carried out by your character. So what is your opinion of the portrayal of torture in 24?
it's fun. It's fun.
That would be great if that's what happens like Senate hearings now.
You know what I mean?
Just kind of. Well, I mean, it actually is very interesting as a viewer because you can be as liberal as you want, but when you're watching it, you're like, get that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's, well, okay, in real life, where torture never happens, right? No, okay, I mean, let's face it. You need some information from someone. They're
Yeah.
about to detonate a nuclear warhead. You're going to get that info. And it's kind of like asking you nicely or just little slaps or whatever is probably not going to get the job done. And so, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some things going on out there that we'll never know about.
Yeah. So it
And,
wasn't
you
hard
know.
for you to do that kind of thing.
No, I mean, honestly, there was the scene with the kid, the Heller's son. He did a great job. I remember when he was doing all the screaming and stuff. It's a couple of the takes. I went out the room and put the thing on his head and walked out. And he's doing this moaning, and it kind of like echoed through our sound studio a little bit. I was kind of like, ooh. I was like, I'm a bad man.
Yeah, I feel bad. Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, well, not funny, but hectic. Yeah, and then he didn't really have anything. I was sure he had some information.
You know what I mean? The little.
I was sure he did.
You know?
Some rally he went to. All right, in the audience, Kim Galinsky? Hi, Kim. Thanks for being here. All right. This is a little slice of real life here. Where are all the big gulps and junk food wrappers on the CTU agent's desk? Because where I work, they're everywhere.
Well, you see, the sugar thing caused the highs and lows, so we just say, straight protein bars and shakes. And
I mean, we never see them eat, ever.
You don't. And you know what? Joel's idea that he goes, what do I want to watch you guys eat for? I don't want to watch you go to the bathroom. He goes, that's boring.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, every once in a while, okay, you have your water or whatever on the desk, but I don't want to see you guys taking a coffee break in the middle of the whole thing. It's like, that's boring.
So it's calculated to, for the action.
Yeah, he's like, that's you get out there and save somebody's life. We'll go on to somebody else if you're taking a coffee break. So.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Okay, email question from Bumpy Grimes in California. I wonder if that's a stage name.
Bumpy Grimes.
Yeah, everyone's got to have a gimmick. All right.
I like it.
Do you think Curtis should be Jack's full-time field partner?
Full-time field partner. Well, we do get to work together, so I'm not going to elude either way, one way or the other.
Well, you did say you're going to be doing a little more stuff in the field.
I did say that.
Yeah, I tipped your hat on that one.
I
now, the one I love when Curtis is out in the field. I think it's a real value add. But of course, the danger is, usually anybody who's out in the field with Jack is like the guy with the red shirt in Star Trek.
You know what I mean?
Dead man walking.
We made a joke about that just the other day.
Yeah.
I know. That's true.
So are you worried about your mortality in that role?
Nah.
I think you'll be okay.
I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right.
How do you work with Kiefer? How do you guys get along?
We get along great. I mean, he's the consummate professional. I mean, he's always ready. He's very focused, and when he's ready to work, he's very intense and very much directly into it. And everything is about the role and about the character. And we generally will discuss the stuff. We'll have private blocking of it before everyone, get everyone out of there, block it, talk about it, and work out the scene to where we really feel it should be.
You work it out physically, or do you also work out where you are with each other's characters on an emotional level?
Both. I mean, you talk about it and say, oh, well, this is what should be happening, and you go from there.
Yeah, because Jack has never seemed to have a problem with Curtis.
No.
There's never been a conflict.
No, there hasn't been. And initially, I mean, they had they obviously knew each other in the past, because like from episode 1, he's like, hey, how are you, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And so there is some backstory that's there about them having a relationship in the past, but that's never been explored or anything.
I thought it was a cool moment in this episode when Audrey's giving him a hard time, and of course we're like, back off, Audrey, about having tortured Prado.
Yeah.
And you kind of, do a little like check-in. It's like, gonna be my, tough guys, but how you doing, man? You gonna be good and focused in the field?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have done more to keep the Secret Service away from him.
Oh, I know, but once again, they wrote it that way. Okay.
I know. I thought Curtis was going to do more. Okay, in the audience, we have Elizabeth Sturdivant. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
You're so cute. Okay. Hey, do you think Curtis could become head of CTU in the future?
Anything's possible. I mean, you never know. I mean, they're writing it. They're adjusting things. Who knows? We'll see.
I mean, they've already had how many? I mean, now Buchanan's kind of running it. Yeah. In a way.
It's true.
That was
Buchanan
interesting
is kind of
to see.
That they sent in a division guy.
Yeah. Do you think Curtis cared when Aaron was at any? Did he care when Aaron left? Because he
cared. He had a friendship with her. I believe. I mean, they showed that he kind of came up as just like, sorry about everything, and then she kind of gave him a hug and is like, all right, go on. I think in a weird, as you said, they had this kind of bizarre relationship, but they understood each other well.
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of worked out from day one. It's like, we work together and we're professionals, but we have an understanding of each other. Yeah. And even if we butt heads, we know it's going to the same place.
Do you ever watch storylines that have happened and think, I don't think I would have gone in that direction? Like, actually, one of the producers here was saying that the storyline that they had with her and her daughter, they were like, they actually kind of thought, well, let's curtail that one. That's not really going exactly where they wanted it to go. Yeah. Wasn't helping it move along.
That's what they do that all the time. I mean, there's so many things that have been changed and altered, and I mean, some of them I cannot talk about. Okay. They're watching. I mean, no, that's been changed, but it's
like I'm wondering, where the heck is Beirut? Are we going to see him again?
I can't touch that. I can't.
Can't touch it. Aren't you guys wondering about Beirut?
Okay.
Because you really started to feel
I'll
for him.
only hint that at the end of 15, you saw me take off after him, right?
Uh-huh.
That's all I can say. I mean, and then I kind of disappeared for 16 to 17. It might be one of those changes that happen.
Well, it's interesting you should say that. I'm going to skip ahead because I know I have a question that relates exactly to that.
Really?
So I want to, something about, okay, it says, Email from Shane in Vancouver. Main characters seem to disappear for episodes at a time this season, and you were gone from 10 p.m. to midnight. Was that because of other commitments? Or were the writers focusing on other storylines? And I actually wrote underneath this, Beirut? Question mark.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're smart. See, she picked up on all that. See, that's good. That's good. I mean, that was part of it, but then they decided to change some things and deal with that at a different time. And so they've done so, and you know,
This
and
is
focus on other
cryptic.
things. So they'll deal with it. They'll deal with it.
Very
That's-
interesting. Well, he was my last guest, too, and he's such a great actor. He's
He's a
so
great
sweet.
kid.
Couldn't believe he just turned 16.
I know. He's like so excited about getting his driver's license and the whole bit.
I couldn't find the door when I was his age, you know, and that's fantastic. Okay, email question from Eric Skokorski. The fans on the message boards call you the next Jack Bauer, with nicknames like Black Jack.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty good. Do you think you could live up to the standard of Kiefer if he were ever to leave the show? And it's signed by your agent, so I don't.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, shh. You're not supposed to tell them that. Okay.
Something about a spin-off show.
Spin-off show talking
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, he's a talented guy, terrific actor, and I'd sure as heck give it a whirl. I mean, if you like what I've brought so far, I can bring some more.
Oh,
It's what
yeah.
it is. So.
I like that kind of. Yeah, we do like what you've brought. It's been pretty exciting this season. It really has. Well, you've brought a lot to it. What is something that Curtis hasn't done you'd like to see him do in the 24 universe?
In the 24 universe, something I'd like to see Curtis do. That's a good question. Have a quality relationship for once. Okay, maybe no.
With a few minutes at least.
With a few minutes at least, just
There
to
you
say
go.
he has that other side of his life.
Yeah,
intact.
yeah.
Intact.
Intact. Somebody who's been
somewhere.
nice to him.
Not just, you know, spies and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to fit it in between the not having a big gulp, but yeah.
That's true.
In the audience, we have Joseph Aranda. Hi, Joseph. Okay, wants to know, are you going to return next season?
Well, I don't know if I can answer that.
I think you're not supposed to.
I'm not
but-
supposed to answer that.
Well,
Sorry.
we hope so.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
How's that?
All right, email from Stacy in Delaware. I love Roger's voice, and I love him even more since he took my call on the fan phone. I think he's amazing in the field and needs to be head of field ops in season 5. She wants to know, how old are you? I don't know, you're an actor, so you might have to give us a ballpark.
Okay.
So, but it's kind of curious because you do seem younger. And will he take me for a ride on his plane?
On his plane. Where is she?
She's in Delaware. Can you
Delaware.
fly?
I have to fly over to Delaware.
So you're a
and
private
get her or
pilot?
something. That was my original career. I was a
Wow.
pilot. I have my Class 1 multi-AFR rating. I don't know if anyone out there flies, but that was what I was originally going to do, and then kind of got distracted by the acting, and now I'm a pilot, and then maybe there's something about this acting I should do a little
Well,
more
if you're
often.
working, you can always fly later.
Yeah.
You can always fly with a crow's feet deep in.
There you go. And back. No, again, no.
Right.
But no, that was what I originally planned on doing.
Oh, that's cool. You don't want to say how old you are?
How old I am? I'm around. I don't know. How old do you guys think I am? Guess, ballpark.
About 30, 31, 32.
That's close.
Okay.
So we'll say around there.
Okay. Listen, I'm a woman. I respect that. Okay. Because it's hard being 26 forever.
It really, you know?
Yeah,
I was thinking
exactly.
25. No.
Oh, God, I love you all the more. All right, Dan in the audience. Where's Dan? Hi, Dan.
Dan.
How do you feel? Oh, very smart question. How do you feel about peer-to-peer file sharing of 24? Do you feel it helps promote 24 or hurt it? I guess people are sharing shows or something.
Sending on the internet and all that. I mean, I think it helps the show, but it hurts the producers.
But you know what? Maybe it's like the Grateful Dead. The more they heard the tapes, people went to the concerts anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. People went to the concerts anyways. I think when it comes down to it, to buy that collector's box set's always, they put little extra stuff in it.
Yeah.
That'll
Extra stuff, like
help.
this kind of stuff.
Extra stuff, yeah, like this kind of, and the little in-between backstories. And in a sense, yeah, it can hurt the money end of it, but
Sure.
I think it helps the show in a sense. Cause
Well,
people,
you definitely helped the show, Roger. A big round of applause for Roger Cross.
Thanks for having
Sorry
me.
to see what happens next. You've been watching 24 Inside, sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. Watch us next time.